Hey everybody, welcome to the show. It's End Times Therapy with Nick, where it's your one-stop shopping for we have to laugh or we would cry, because we're just all raw dogging this dystopia together. Alright? So today, I wanted to talk about the MaNoSpHerE. It's in the news lately because of the Netflix documentary that came out not too long ago. It's by this guy called Louis Theroux, I think his name is. He's a documentarian, and it's basically a hit piece on this whole culture. It seems to have broken into the public consciousness. We've heard about it. If you're any kind of online, you're watching this, you'll have heard about the MaNoSpHerE. The movie got me kind of off down a rabbit hole, and I was like, what is going on with these people?
Does a vacuum erection device increase girth or length?
And I'm not going to look at everything they do, but I kind of want to do a little bit of a sociological kind of therapy, psychology approach about what's going on. This crisis that men are having, well, first of all, I don't understand why they have to be in a crisis. Just like go get a job and do something and like get a mortgage and get on the property ladder, as they say. Like, I don't know why they have to like fluff themselves.
Oh, my pillow.
It is creeping into, like, I would say it's very influential, even if it's just ambiently among like the younger men that I see or that I know from like the MMA gym. This guy called HS Tiki Taki, I think, which, first of all, you're a child, stay in a child's place. Anyway, he's like, punch it, mate. Punch it, mate. Put some welly into it. I'm just like, the fuck is that? That is some chav ass shit right there. I never heard anything like that. And they think they are so smart. Now, they're rich because they have a con going. They have an MLM, essentially, like selling identity to young men who are, for whatever reason, distressed about life. And as we know, the whole point of this channel is that it's kind of a shitty time period we're living through. Our timeline is kind of shit. To me, the whole thing is an MLM. Why? Because not everyone can be like that guy, Clavicular, who makes a living out of smashing his cheekbones and going on meth. And his name is Braden, because of course it is Braden. He got arrested yesterday for battery, I think, and I didn't read the story because Daddy got bills to pay. It's funny, and it's pathetic, and they're all pussy ass bitches, and they're running a con. It needs to be eradicated. Like, you know, they're like this plague of locusts, like on the children of Israel.
He treated venereal disease with the moss from the skull of a dead man.
Sorry, it just makes me laugh that this whole thing exists. That this exists makes me laugh. I cannot even. Whatever. Let's talk about some of the building blocks of it. They use this stupid matrix metaphor, like one you're brainwashed and the other you see things as they really are, which is a cult thing, by the way. Like, you're special, you're in the know, you're in the in group. That's how you get people to drink Kool-Aid, ultimately.
She lifts and pulls gently.
And then they added the black pill, which means you're like nothing. It's a cross between nihilism and it's all like genetics and like work ethic is not really a thing for them.
Spoilt, stupid, and lazy.
Obviously, these people work hard at grifting.
What?
And scamming little boys.
I coach boys how to be fucking boys.
The whole thing is about teaching boys and men to be more masculine, okay? Like, first of all, you're dumb as a stump. You're thick as two short planks. You're a few teats short of an udder. Like, they all are. Everyone. They're like not smart. One of the influencers who is more like mentally disabled, which it introduces another whole ethical layer to this. His name is Aiden Ross. Normal people became aware of him to some degree when he gave a Tesla to Donald Trump, and then there was video that surfaced of him sniffing a chair. Of Andrew Tate.
I have work to do. I'm done. I fixed you.
Who, that's a whole other hot mess. That guy is a PDF file, perhaps, allegedly. By the way, the biggest shame in the whole world for them is to be gay.
May I please take my shirt off?
Y'all are the gayest shit ever.
How very day.
But anyway, I think at the end of the day, they're just selling this idea that I can offer you control. I can offer you the sensation of control, and right now you don't have control.
I've never been so insulted.
Let's talk about masculinity hierarchy terms. And some of this stuff, and you'll notice, it comes up in popular language because little kids hear about it.
What the Sigma?
The little kids, I don't know, they hear their big brothers listening to it, or their dads, heaven forbid. The masculine hierarchy terms is a dominant, high-status male. They use this, like, pack, but humans aren't pack animals. So the whole thing falls down. There's 4 categories that I know of. Alpha, beta. So beta is also could be a cuck, right? Because that's the other word that is totally popular now. And I'm not above using that myself. But a cuck is someone who is a little bitch, basically. Like, you know, not the alpha male.
Far away.
Often it's very, very superficial and based on looks. One of the things I noticed in the documentary was the Louis guy. And he looks like he's my age and in decent shape for someone of our age. He asked this tiki-taki guy, point blank, he's like, "Did you just check out my arms?"
Did you look at my arms?
Well, I just sort of checked your stature out.
Like, once again, not beating the allegations. So it's very superficial, and this is also a problem that they are normalizing abuse of steroids. And now that the cocktails have gotten pretty good, where it won't make your balls shrink up or make you to grow tits, then people are really abusing it. It's a problem because it's a little bit like the body dysmorphia for men and women now is a parody. Sigma is like, that's like the lone wolf. Like, I do my own thing. I'm stealthy and swarthy, whatever it is. Like, and I don't need to be in a group. I'm the loner. I'm the loner. And I'm smarter than everybody.
You just a failed vet, turned TV clown, slipping on your own mess.
That kind of thing. All of narcissism in this is just off the charts. So it's like learned narcissism.
You punk ass rapist, bitch.
I follow a researcher and a teacher called Dr. Romani. She has an excellent, I'll put it in the link. Her channel is great, but she calls narcissism like the second-hand smoke of mental health, and I fully believe that. The narcissist can go about their life, and everyone else around them lives in this ferg of the narcissistic abuse. And I think that's what's going on here writ large. I think that part of this dystopian timeline is the permission structure to be a narcissist. Omega is the bottom of the hierarchy. So I guess that's like worse than below cuck. Well, the funny thing is, like, there's a hell of a lot of cucks in this MaNoSpHERE because every one of them is a mark and they're being cucked. So that's the irony. That's insane and worth noting. Jesus, what's the matter with these people? Okay, so here's some core sort of themes that they look for. First of all, the aggressive misogyny. Like, they had this child on the thing going, "We hate women!" Literally a child, like 13 or 14 years old. "We hate women!" Screaming that in front of God and everybody. And I was just like, oh my God, this is a disease. Where is your mama? Is what I wanted to say to that child. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Good Lord. And then, like, they neg each other. That's like putting someone down and like putting them in their place, right? Well, what they always will do is like neg their own people. They make you feel bad about yourself. They make you feel like, oh my God, the pecs aren't where it's at. Like, oh my God, I don't have vascularity in my biceps. Oh my God, I feel like shit about myself because I'm not making $1 million by being a grifter. They neg all of their own people, and that keeps them in a position of powerlessness. And it's just the equivalent of like what happens in body dysmorphia, right? You look around you and you see everyone else succeeding, even though that's all fiction, that's entertainment at best. They feel like they aren't successful because of it. They believe in hypergamy. That's like the belief that they have, that women only date up. And there is some research to that, to be honest, but they wouldn't ever acknowledge that because, you know, they made it up and they're the smartest people ever. There is some evidence to it, but not, maybe women just don't want to date these fucking losers because that's what they are. Even the ones at the top, I've talked about their intellect level.
Nah, just a drunk infidel.
SMV is an acronym for sexual market value. So basically you're dehumanizing people and ranking them like commodities. A little bit like Grindr or Scruff, where we do that, but at least we own it. Plate spinning is having multiple partners because it's all about the sex.
He's addicted to the sexuals.
Right? If you have the sex, it proves you aren't gay. With women. I mean, with women.
No, serious. It's really medical.
You have to prove you aren't gay constantly by doing this shit. Well, there's a heavy closet contingent here. One-itis is being fixated on just one person. So actually having a relationship. Once again, the sabotaging of their own base. They sabotage them so that they keep buying product and going to conferences and being assholes on the internet and looking at their streaming shows. They commodify connection, like interpersonal connections, and, you know, attach worth to that, which is so bad and unhealthy. And they weaponize the fear of rejection that their own people have, right? Then we have terms around anger and resentment. Of course, they're all strung out on steroids. So, of course, they're going to have anger issues and they're going to need an enhanced vocabulary around anger. So incel, we all know by now, it's the loser who doesn't get any sex.
I'm late for the afternoon shagging session, see?
I have seen a little bit of a trend where some people like love being an incel and they'll brag about it. More so than when it came out, it was meant to be sort of a shame term and an insult. But it seems like the meaning of that is shifting a bit and not to be less judgmental, whatever. Gym cell is an incel who lifts. I don't know why you needed to know that. I'm sorry for speaking that into the world. Chad. A Chad is a stereotypically handsome man with a good jawline. So, like, this is part of looks maxing. Is like, you do an underwrite like that. And I fortunately have a good jawline. And I owe it all to TMJ and grinding my teeth. So, there you have it. Enough about me. Stacy. A Stacy is a stereotypically attractive woman. I'm going to guess that comes from Stacy's mom. Dread game, inducing fear of loss to control people. Again, we're teaching cult techniques here. And cults and LLMs go together. Game is treating dating as a strategy. And this is like just avoidance. It's flat avoidance of vulnerability, right? We go into monk mode, which is where, like, you know, picture Jack Dorsey when he used to be hot and he would like go to like, you know, Thailand and just like unplug for like 2 weeks, and everyone was like, oh God, how do you do it? How are you a CEO? He was like kind of pioneering this monk mode thing. Looks maxing, we talked about clavicular. They literally, like, the thing they don't do actually is plastic surgery, which kind of is funny to me. They think they can just do it by like jaw exercises. And geomaxing. Tate, anyone? Moving countries to improve odds. And that's just like blatant. I mean, it's the control thing. You know, if you do that, you have control over it. Well, those things you don't have control. Like, you can looks max, or you can geomax and go to, I don't know, Cambodia or whatever, and, you know, wherever you go, there you are, is what I always say.
What would you say is the message?
I think these people don't have a lot of shame. I think that the people they're just they're narcissists. They're not going to feel shame. But in a healthy person who is like emulating this, that's coming from a place of shame, and they feel like they need to somehow improve themselves to get out of that place of shame.
Ashes, ashes, we are